Hi, what we're doing at the moment is looking at your new unit, which is Fashion Through the Ages. Now what I'm going to work with is ordinary A4 paper, and I'm only going to use coloured pencils. Because my lines are a bit hard for you to see, I'm going to draw only in this big, thick, woodless coloured pencil. It's got the same stuff that is inside a coloured pencil, inside a plastic stick. I'm going to use that so you can see my lines. Now, the picture I'm going to use comes from last year, and I've picked Havana's Queen Elizabeth I. Now, what if you're a boy and you don't want to draw Queen Elizabeth I? That's fine. Use the internet and find any picture of any king or prince that you like, anyone who's of noble birth. Okay, I'm planning it out. I don't want my crown to be too run out of room and have it go off the page, so I know that my face is going to be here. Okay, I'm measuring my proportions of the face. Got the eyes. Just a bit of a shadow for the nose. The top lip is dark, and the bottom lip is just a reflection. Okay, so just really simplifying the facial features. Okay, now she had red hair. Let's put that crown in. So just a big ruby here, sort of cross, and going out into one and two shapes, one and two shapes, thickening them. Alright, just got this very ornate sort of collar. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 red circles and some sort of crisscross hatching pattern. Bit of a cloak clasp. Now she's got this white part is, I believe, the fur of an ermine, which is a kind of weasel that has a white coat. It's got these black specks. Even intervals, and across it I'm going to do just a whole row of circles. I'm going to colour them in different colours. This is her bodice shape. She's kind of been comfortable with all those skirts. Now her arm is under here, her shoulder. This is where her elbow is, and it's going to come out, and her hand is resting on an orb. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, which is like a symbol of kingship, I believe. So looks about the size of a bowling ball. What I'm doing to suggest my curve is to do my strokes in the direction of the curve I'm trying to suggest. So there's a sort of cross thing on top of this orb, goes in between her. Her thumb is on one side, and the cross goes into the other part. Okay. And in her other hand, shoulder comes down here, arms coming out. She is holding a rod, which I believe is a symbol of authority, because it can punish people who don't obey. And it's coming out. So we're going up. So I'm simplifying everything I see. Don't try and draw every single detail. Do what I'm doing and just simplify. It's about learning to draw what you see and develop some really useful skills. There's a shadow under here, shadow under here. So now this ermine thing comes out. More of those white specks all the way down. So other cloak has more of these ermine specks. Shadow in here. Okay. Now you can be as ornate as you want with these fabric designs. I'm going to simplify and just put a few flower designs. In reality, it's much more ornate, and I believe it's based on roses. Okay, and I'm ready for colour. Just put a bit of shadow in. Okay, so let's put red for her lips. Lots of these red stones. Do every second one red. And every other one blue. That's what they appear to be, rubies and sapphires. Let's do the same and put a whole lot of rubies and sapphires in her crown. Okay, looking for a nice unifying golden brown for the clothes. Keep an eye out for a skin colour. Any luck, I have one. Orange for her hair, which actually goes right down her back. Do I have a nice light brown? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I'm going to have to be flexible and adaptive with what I've got. So I'm keeping my lines in the direction of the curve I'm trying to suggest. That's called linear lines, curvilinear lines actually. And then I put a technique called cross hatching in to help suggest fabric. Now I need to put some shadows in, but let's just do the faintest of pinks on her skin. Okay, now I'm ready to pick it out, and I'm using a nice sharp black pencil. This is where I'm going to reinforce everything. And this is where I need to put out the shape of her clothes and make it really obvious. Okay, so I'm reinforcing the shape of her clothes, and I'm bringing in these shadows. This is kind of the hard bit where it's light shining from this bit. I've lost a hand in there. Where was it? That's right. 1, 2, 3. There it is. We have our hand back again. 1, 2, 3. That's right, this was brown. There's a deep shadow in here. So this, no, you know what, let's put a bit of gold on her crown, gold on her scepter, and gold on her orb. I'm pretty happy with that. I could do the background. I've probably already made a nice long video just because I like pink flowers. The last thing I'm going to do is put a bit of pink on her flower design. And just so everybody knows who she is, I'm going to write Queen Elizabeth the First, and I'm going to put my initials. And you know what? I will just do one last thing, which is put a background in. So I'm fading. Lines are closer together and then further and further away, all heading the same direction, which is horizontal. And then pink fading down into the purple. So here's my first fashion through the ages. This is a Queen of England called Queen Elizabeth the First.